I come from a basketball family. I always say that my dad would have been one of the most phenomenal coaches in the world if he decided to go that route. My brother played, both my cousins played. One went on to a state championship in Pennsylvania. The other played D2 ball at Shippensburg. And even I, at a very young age, 7, 8 years old, was being trained to be a beast on the court. I miss it. I really do. It was those times my dad and I really bonded. But life happens. Things changed. I grew up, focused on my prissy side, got married, had kids, and just my love for the game kind of waned. I knew who Kobe Bryant was, all his accomplishments, but I just wasn't at a point in my life where he was on my radar. But his untimely death changed me. More so for how his mentality about life, work, and winning can be translated off the court. You know, we hear of celebrities that have passed away and we mourn for them, but this one hit different. It made me really take a look at my own mortality, what I was doing with my life, and what my legacy would be. So here are 5 things that I've learned from Kobe Bryant. Hard work beats natural talent. I'd argue the one thing that comes up over and over again, not only from those who battled him on court, but those who knew him off as well, his work ethic, inherent sacrifices that come with being great. His drive for winning and love for the game caused him to work while everyone else played, and it made the difference between being great and being legendary. But don't think, oh, that's just him. He mentions being fast, but not ridiculously fast. He had vertical leap, but it wasn't super high. He had big hands, but not massive, so he worked on strengthening them to palm the ball better. Remember, his legs even gave out when he shot those air balls in one game against Utah? He consistently focused on each skill until he mastered it. The confidence comes from preparation. So when the game's on the line, I'm not asking myself to do something that I haven't done 1,000 times before. For him, that was the key to winning, recreating the intense, highly pressurized atmosphere over and over until he knew exactly what to do in that situation to overcome and win. Isolation is preparation. Accused of being mean and reclusive in the beginning of his career, isolation was something Kobe was used to due to his transition from Italy back to the States as a kid. He talks about how uncomfortable he was not being able to read or spell very well, speaking fluent Italian, not fitting in or knowing the slang or the latest fashion. He wasn't invited to hang out with the other kids, and that isolation led him to the court, where he perfected his game. Even his first few years in the NBA as a teenager amongst men, a lesson for those of us who feel a little lonely. It's not to break us, but much needed time away from distractions to master our craft. Do it tired, do it hurt, do it now. Death is a natural part of life. Instead of running from that fact, I believe the sooner we come to grips with our own mortality, the more fulfilling our lives will be. Kobe didn't believe in excuses. Him being so young at the time of his death and having a daughter the same age as mine who also passed away in that crash put a lot of things into perspective for me. It's taken me 5 years to even get up the nerve to do these videos. But when I heard the news, that's in part why I stepped out. In many ways, it's still unreal. It was the wake-up call, the reminder that I needed that tomorrow is not promised, as cliche as it sounds. I can no longer sit on my gifts. I have to do it scared. I have to do it tired. I have to do it now. We are not defined by our worst moments. We can't hide the accusations. We can't sweep them under the rug as if it didn't happen. Even as a man and his daughter perished in a helicopter crash, many on social media saw fit to remind the world of his worst moment. Lindsey Granger of Daily Blast Live, with tears in her eyes, so eloquently defended him, quoting Jillian Sheldon, who spent weeks covering the case. How can we use someone's worst day on this earth as a referendum on their character in totality? We all have skeletons in our closets, our own indiscretions, mistakes, things we may have done that might make us feel unworthy of success. Cancel culture has a bad habit of holding people hostage to one moment in time and not giving them space to mature, grow, or change. But that moment in time doesn't define you or who you will go on to be. You can rise to greatness. Let the rage fuel you. It was after those allegations and his need to let out the frustrations of almost losing his family and his freedom, Black Mamba was created. Compartmentalization of his life on and off the court. He says tap into the darkness, use the anger, rage, sadness, pain, hurt, resentment, and frustration as a weapon and let it propel you to the next level. Hug your babies. Call your parents. Let go of that grudge. Make amends with those you've hurt and who've hurt you. Be relentless in your pursuit of your dreams. That's how we honor the legend. A great player to some, a hero for many, but most importantly, son to Pam and Joe, husband to Vanessa, and daddy to Natalia, Gigi, Bianca, and Capri. Kobe, we honor you. Thank you to our partner, DJ Trey D. Be sure to tune in to the 5 o'clock shakedown on QSM Radio. I held it together and I didn't cry.